in first grade, and I stood up and I said, "I'm African American." And the teachers were like, "Little girl, you're really confused." And my mom later that day said, "Don't you think maybe that's a little surprising? Maybe you should explain it." And I was quoted for saying, "They can deal with it." So I guess that's when I realized, who I am.
The year 2000 was the first year citizens were able to check more than one box for the census. That year, there were 7 million Americans who considered themselves multiracial. It is expected to increase by 33% for the 2010 census.
More recently, I think I've seen one multiracial check mark, but usually I just check other.
I had to look at white and I thought, okay, maybe. And then I look at Hispanic and I'm like, I'm not giving it justice. And then I look down and it says white, not of Hispanic origin. And it just makes me go, what am I supposed to do? They separate them completely. If I had a multiracial box, and you just explain what are you, I think I can give them just as much information.
I'm white chocolate, because I'm like white on the outside, but chocolate on the inside. This is who I am. I have a little bit of everything. Well, I'm really happy that Obama's in the White House because I think he represents America, because America is a multiracial nation.
Racism has been a part of American history since the country's beginning, and although we have made progress by electing the nation's first biracial president, we still have much more we can improve upon.
Yow, what up, Nyuckles? It's your buddy Philko here, put live at your mama's house, doing my thing as I usually do, bringing you guys another video based on a documentary I was just watching. Now you see the girl in front of you. She's a young girl. She's apparently mixed with Jamaican, Irish, and German. And what's interesting about being Jamaican, I don't know why people think Jamaica or being Jamaican, I mean, I understand why people may think that, but I think it's important for people to know that just because you're Jamaican, that doesn't mean you are black or you have black in you at all. Just frankly speaking, from a scientific point of view, the natives of the land of Jamaica were not of African descent, like directly, you know what I mean? It was probably more like Tainos or something of that nature, like all of the Western Hemisphere was, mostly. It wasn't of, Africanized people mostly. So basically, most of the Jamaicans you see there, especially the black ones, were were descendants of the slave trade in Jamaica. So Jamaica is not like a little Africa in the Western Hemisphere. No, that's not what Jamaican is. I would guess the natives to the island of Jamaica probably look something like, I don't know, a Native American or something of that nature. But yes, most of the people you'll see on Jamaica are black people, in Jamaica or on the land of Jamaica are black people. Yes, I agree with that. But Jamaica is not a native black land. Some people get that twisted. Like a lot of Jamaicans think that, I remember Paul Mooney said it best. He said a lot of Jamaicans think they're better, and they say things like, come to the island and we'll tell you welcome home. And Paul Mooney said, no, welcome halfway home, nigga. When we get back to Africa, we'll both be home. And I understood exactly what he meant by that, because a lot of Jamaicans feel that's their native land when it actually isn't. It isn't. Jamaica's not a native land for blacks, okay? Just throwing that out there. And so it's just really adorable. You got a cute young girl, and she's going in. So apparently she has some black blood in her. As you can see, it said Jamaican, Irish, and German. But what's interesting is I don't think she's biracial. She probably has a Jamaican grandfather or grandmother, something of that nature. And that Jamaican grandfather or grandmother probably wasn't even full black in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Because this girl doesn't look biracial at all. She looks like a, your typical white Jewish kind of chick. You know what I mean? She doesn't look mixed at all. She doesn't look mixed at all. Not saying she isn't. Just saying she doesn't look mixed at all. And for some reason, I'm willing to believe that at most, one of her parents is half black at most. So it could be like her mom is Irish and her father is German and African Jamaican. You know what I mean? So he's biracial as it is. Then he has a baby with a white lady, and then the baby comes out 3/4 white, so to say. That's the most this girl has in her. There's no way she has one black parent and one white parent. I'm not buying that. But it's adorable. It is absolutely adorable how she stands up for her black side and she feels so black. You know what I mean? But all I want to really say about this is sometimes people, you just gotta look in the mirror. Sometimes you just gotta look in the mirror and understand that people are going to laugh at you. Now I understand she's really young, I understand, but there's some people who are older who don't understand this either. You know, they may hear that they have some blood in them, then they consider themselves that. And it doesn't mean anything, especially when you look in the mirror. Now, she may be half. She might actually be half. But the point is, when you look a certain way and it really looks like it, people are going to assume something, and they're not ignorant for assuming it. So if I were to sit here and say, oh yeah, the girl over there, and they're like, what she look like? I'm like, the white girl. And she go, I'm not white, I have a black this and that. Like, come on. What's the point of getting angry when, if you look in the mirror, it's pretty obvious that you look like a white girl? Like, what's the point of being angry? I think sometimes people are too sensitive, and it's stupid. Especially when it really looks like it. Some people are just trying to be reasonable. They're trying to just, they're not trying to cause any trouble. They're just, saying what they see. You understand? And I think a lot of Americans are very sensitive when it comes to that stuff. So some people, for whatever reason, well, I know, but it's just Russia. Some people may find me, they may ask if the funniest question ever. One girl asked, who did she asked my friend to translate. And she asked, when I first came to Russia, was I darker? So she basically thought Russia lightened my skin color. That's what she thought, and that was the funniest thing. I forgot exactly who asked that question. Only thing I know is she speaks no English, so I won't be able to get her in a video because it'll be worthless unless we have a translator the whole damn time. But she asked the girl who was translating for me if I was lighter when I first came to Russia. That shit was hilarious. Now, some people could be offended by something like that. Was I darker when I first came to Russia? Sorry. Now, some people can be offended by things like that, or maybe the other way around. Why are you so light? Why are you so dark? Why are you so white? And all these things, to me, it's not basically what the person's saying, it's how they're saying it. So if they got an attitude about it, then I understand. But if they're just honestly asking, not just some random person asking you a stupid ass question. Even a random person asks you, hey, what's your name? You have a right to say, who are you and why do you need to know? But I mean, someone you're actually having a conversation with, they happen to ask something like, why are you this or why are you that? Or, you're the first white friend I've ever had. Why get angry if they don't mean any malintent and you can tell? Why get angry? Why get offended? So basically, if an adult did what she did, she stood up and said she was black and people started laughing. As an adult, you should understand people are going to laugh at you. You don't look in the mirror. It's like me saying I'm not gay, but I wear high heels. And I don't have to, but I just do. I wear high heels and a skirt. And when they say all straight men, please stand up, I stand up, everyone starts laughing. I should understand why they're laughing because of what it looks like. It doesn't mean it's so, it's just what it looks like. You understand? It's really just what it looks like. So sometimes I think you just got to bite the bullet. If you don't want to deal with the reaction of people, bite the bullet and just say, yeah, I'm white. No one's going to say, oh, I see 10% black blood in you. Come on. Just, yeah, I'm white. Or if you just don't want people getting into business, you wear a skirt and high heels every day and shit. And people say, who's gay in here? You just stand up just so people won't be looking at you like, oh, that's a weird dude because he dressed like a girl, but he's straight. No, they see you stand up, all right, the dude gay, just like I thought. And then it just goes on as normal. So basically what I'm trying to say here is a lot of times what you look like, people will assume based on your appearance. And as long as they respect you, it's perfectly normal. As long as they respect you for what you do, it's perfectly normal. Because when I was watching this, I can't accept her as a biracial girl. That's a white girl. I don't care how many times she says I have a black, that's a white girl. I see no evidence in this girl that she's mixed. I see none, zero, zilch, null. Nine. I see none. You know what I mean? So if I were hanging out with her, it would be, if we were dating, it would be an interracial relationship. When she's older, it would be an interracial relationship. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't be, oh yeah, it's not interracial because she's part black. No, that's interfucking racial. Look at the girl. You understand? So that's basically all I gotta say. This was kind of crazy, but I don't think she's biracial at all, but it's really cute how she holds on to her black side. But people just sometimes, what it looks like, people will assume, you should understand it, as long as they're being respectful and have no malintent. Why complain? Chick thought I was darker when I first came because she thought I was from Africa. I'm not going to get mad or offended. Just, I see why you think that, because that's what's common here. And usually white girls look like you. Black girls almost never, ever, no, black girls never look like her. So why would people assume that? And why wouldn't people laugh when she says she's black? I would laugh too, because I would think she was joking. You feel me? That's basically it, Nicholas. I'm out. Later.